pretty hard, and like wondering if he'll come back safe, or like worrying about him if he got hit or not. I hope he doesn't.
He said that he might come back different. Like no legs, like no arm and stuff.
I think about it like 10 or more times a day, like worrying about it. I'm thinking like, please like bring him back safe, and just worrying about him.
I only cried once at school. I usually cry at night.
Isaac and Joey's dad, Sergeant First Class Brian Eisch, is deployed to Afghanistan. Their mom's not in their lives. After she and Brian got divorced, the courts took away her right to see them. So for a year, while their dad's at war, the boys are living with their uncle, aunt, and 3 cousins in central Wisconsin.
It was a lot worse than my wife and I thought it was going to be, just seeing what they have to deal with day to day with not having their dad.
Uncle Sean, can we go up here, Uncle Sean? Come on, Bola.
It was a lot more traumatic than I've ever pictured it for them, and it was for me too.
For Isaac and Joey, their dad's deployment meant leaving their home in upstate New York. Like lots of military kids, they're used to moving around.
I don't like it when it puffs out.
But this time, they had to start a new life and a new school without the stability of their only parent.
It was kind of hard to move because I had to get all new friends. It was hard making friends. When I go to a school, I don't try to get too attached to my friends because I move around a lot, and because when I leave, it's like hard.
The deployment has been especially hard on Joey. Last school year, he got into some serious fights. One was so bad, the school called the police and suspended him.
We've had other children whose parents have been deployed, but the difference is that Joey was deployed too, from his home in New York, and had to come to an entirely different environment.
At the beginning of this whole school thing, it wasn't so good.
He had some anger pent up. He felt his dad was leaving him. We had long talks about, your dad has a job to do, and Joey had a hard time understanding that. And he took some of that anger out on other kids.
All right, up on the table and get it finished so that...
Can I get it on this table?
Yeah. I have 3 kids of my own, and to bring 2 small kids into your household was a lot tougher than Lisa and I expected.
She does. I can go. She does.
That's one good one.
A lot more energy around the house, and just getting them to sports is a lot rougher, and they take a lot of your time.
I try to think about other things than my dad being gone, because it's a lot easier. I know that he's doing his job, and I really like that he's over there, but what I don't like is that I don't get to see him in person.
Finally, after 6 months in Afghanistan, Sergeant Eisch is coming home on leave. He'll be back for 2 weeks.
I walked around the corner and I saw the boys. I saw my dad and my brother, and saw a lot more people than I was expecting. But then it was kind of like, drop to the knees and get tackled by 2 little boys that want to see their dad. So it was awesome.
When my dad left, I thought I didn't want him to go because just in case he got shot.
Did you miss me? I missed you.
Now I know he's going to make it through because he's already over halfway through.
When my dad was at Afghanistan, I felt like I had like a 25-pound weight on my shoulders. And then when my dad came back, it was like gone.
During his 2-week leave, Sergeant Eisch and the boys are inseparable.
Go sit down and try him on, goofball. Stop freaking growing.
It was just back to normal with my dad.
gotta loosen them up more.
Oh.
You got big feet.
It's gonna stink really bad, guys. You might want to plug your nose. Might want to plug your nose.
I felt like I couldn't say thank you to enough people.
It means a lot that you guys all came, showing up at the airport and coming to eat. I don't come around a lot, but I appreciate you guys supporting me. And Deb, you're in first place right now.
And we appreciate what you're doing.
Thanks. Yes, we do.
We sat down and ate, and I just ordered my food, and it didn't even click. Hey, you got 2 kids to order for, but then I turned, and my brother Sean's ordering for him. So I kind of felt like lost, like I'm their dad, dang it. And I was like, hey, thanks, I got to get back in the mode of doing this.
All right. Hey, you guys can get whatever haircut you want.
High and tight. Plus on the back and sides and a little short on it.
They both want high and tights because Dad's home.
Dad. Like his on the sides.
Do you want to go to No Guard? Do you have a No Guard then?
They want to spend time with me. Lots. They're really clingy. They're battling between them for hugs. Who sits with me at lunch, who gets to sit up front in the truck.
Even though it means being away from his sons, Sergeant Aish is glad he's serving in Afghanistan. After almost 17 years in the Army, it's his first time in a war zone.
Honestly, what's my biggest fear? Having grandkids sitting on my lap. Oh, Grandpa, you were in the Army for 20 years. Did you ever go to war? No. But, I didn't want to go to Afghanistan just to say I went to Afghanistan either. It's kind of like I've been training for my job for 17 years. When am I going to get a chance to actually do my job? The deployment as far as the boys, I think it's topsy-turvy. I think with Joey, it's more of a, hey, Dad left me. So he's kind of feeling, does Dad love me? Did Dad abandon me? Whereas Isaac, I think it's better. Oh, hey, this is my dad, and he's really proud of me. Here we are. I leave tomorrow, and it's like, whoa, did I do everything I wanted to do? Did I spend enough time with my kids?
I'm gauging all the room I got. Make sure I got enough room.
When I first got to Afghanistan, what do you look forward to? You look forward to leave. You look forward to going home on leave, seeing your kids. Well, now I got to look forward to the end. It's like starting over.
Want to fix this stuff? It's kind of hard knowing that he's got 11 or 10 hours left with us.
You guys ready for bed?
I've been prepping the boys all week. Come on, you got to be tough. It's almost over.
He said that he'll be alright, and don't worry about him. Just worry about you. My dad is the only one that I practically love the most right now.
Huh?
I get kind of worried about anything can happen.
I know, Isaac, but anything can happen here. Anything can happen anywhere, okay? I got a lot of training. I know what I'm doing, okay? I'm not gonna purposely do anything stupid.
I know.
You gotta do it, okay? As soon as I get on that plane, the sooner you can stop crying, right?
Love you, Dad.
You guys go with Grandma and Grandpa, okay?
I love you guys. I will.
Keep your chin up.
Don't cry. Okay.
I question myself every day if I'm doing the right thing for my kids. Am I raising them right? I'm trying to, do my duty to my country and deploy, and do what Uncle Sam asks me to do. But, what's everybody asking my boys to do? What are they supposed to do? The doctors tell me, look, you're going to have a hard time walking. It's going to be a couple months, but you're probably not going to run again, so don't get your hopes up. I want to prove them wrong.
All the nerve damage you have down here, that's a big sign. It means the nerves are coming back to life.
It was hard, thinking he actually got shot by a real bullet from a real gun, from a real person. I'm kind of messed me up a little.
Watch it.
That's why I didn't want my dad to go back, because I knew he was going to get shot at one point.
I feel a little more grown up. Like I want to help a lot with all his stuff that he needs help with.
Emotionally, I'm pissed off. I never thought I'd be the one to get shot, but it happened, and now we got to deal with it.
Brian came home. He didn't come home like we hoped he would come home, but he came home. And, every single day I think about all those families and all those kids that are not going to have a dad come home.